Let me turn to Hallie for that. So, Hallie, a couple things. There's a new CNN poll we'll put up that is just out this afternoon. It finds 3/4 of all U.S. voters say the Democratic Party would have a better shot holding the presidency in 2024 with someone other than President Joe Biden at the top of the ticket. We should note this was conducted after the debate and before yesterday's Supreme Court ruling on immunity. Also today, the first Democratic congressman publicly calling on Biden to step down. We've also heard from some of the leaders in Congress voicing, Democratic leaders voicing support.
Yeah.
So where are we on this giant question of Biden's future?
We are what I would describe, Kate, as at the period of leaks in the dam. The question is, are these leaks gonna, get bigger, turn into a full-on collapse, or will the Biden campaign, with its vigorous pushback so far, be able to plug up some of those leaks? And here's what I mean by that illustration, right? You referenced Congressman Lloyd Doggett, now the first Democrat to come out and publicly, elected Dem to come out and publicly put his name behind a call for the president to essentially step aside from this race. At least 4 other Democratic lawmakers are telling NBC News behind the scenes that they agree, that they also think that the president should step aside. And then you have what I would call kind of the next category of concern or skepticism here. And here is where I think you've got to start to read some of the tea leaves here. When you have somebody like former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wonder aloud publicly on television with our own Andrea Mitchell whether or not there is some kind of a medical condition for President Biden. When you have somebody like, for example, Senator Welch say that it is inappropriate of the Biden campaign to be dismissive of concerns that have been raised about the president's age and fitness for office. When you have former Congressmember Tim Ryan, of course, from Ohio, this very sort of interesting district, say that President Biden was supposed to be a bridge. That bridge has now collapsed and throw support behind Kamala Harris. These are all flashing red warning signals, Kate and Zinkley, of the potential for that dam to break. So far, though, you have Senator Chuck Schumer, for example, saying he backs the president, and no indication that the president is, in fact, going to come off the ticket.
And, Hallie, briefly, to the point of warning signals, NBC News has obtained audio of a call last night between donors and senior Biden campaign officials. First, let's just take a listen.
Everyone just needs to breathe through the nose for a minute and take a deep breath.
The media has spent a ton of time blowing this out of proportion.
He's probably in better health than most of us.
Sounds like the Biden campaign trying to reassure supporters. What are you hearing from your sources?
I mean, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they've been trying to do since Thursday night at 11:01 or whatever time that debate ended, Kate and Zinkley. That said, there is a real question mark as to how effective that has been, especially when you look at now what you're starting to hear both on the record and privately behind the scenes from Democratic donors. I think the question is going to be, fine, this is the situation now. What happens, for example, on Friday when President Biden sits down for his first network interview over at ABC since this debate, essentially debacle, as it's been widely described? How does he look? How does he sound? What does polling show over the course of the next couple of weeks? That's one of the big question marks that I think you're seeing some Democrats, some electeds holding their powder for until we know more. But remember what's going to happen over the course of those next 2 weeks, right? You've got former President Trump coming off that Supreme Court partial victory, coming off a debate performance where President Biden obviously struggled, about to announce his vice presidential pick, and then heading into the Republican National Convention. A lot of potential wins for the former president to rack up, even as the Democrats are dealing with this issue.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.